it turns out that 50% of the Yahoo employees are white. 50%. Yeah, But 39% are Asian. 39%. I mean, I'm not really sure what percentage of the U.S. population Asians are. I'm sure it's a smaller percentage than blacks, for sure. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I mean, maybe it's 10%. Maybe it's lower. Don't know. Probably lower would be my guess. But 30% of the Asians employed by Yahoo, 30% of the employees at Yahoo happen to be Asian. Why? Well, because Asians as a group tend to be into computers, into computer science, into tech. They're quite smart as a group. They study hard as a group for whatever reason. Their parents are very involved in their education. They have a good work ethic, and so they succeed. They're a minority that tends to do extremely well. And, of course, at one point in American history, there was a lot of discrimination against Asians. There was a lot of discrimination against Chinese in particular. So there is a history of discrimination against Asians in the United States, for sure. Yet this ethnic group has managed to overcome that discrimination based on their own competence, their own hard work. And so 39% of the employees at Yahoo are Asian. Obviously, you can make a case that, that you could say, well, they're discriminating in favor of Asians. Why do they have so many Asians? They need to fire some of these Asians because it's not fair, right? They need to hire, more of other groups. Well, look, I don't think when Yahoo hires people, they don't care what their ethnicity is or their race or their gender. They're just trying to hire the best. And if they happen to be Asian, then that's what they happen to be. But I don't think their race is a factor in determining who gets the job. But here is the problem for public relations. And here is what, the Jesse Jacksons of the world are going to focus on. Only 4% of the employees are Hispanic, and only 2% are black. 2%. Now, that's got to be a problem, right? Because blacks are a lot more than 2% of the population. They're probably 13% of the population. But they're probably about 2% of the people who graduate college with degrees in computer science. That's probably about right. So they're not discriminating. It's just that blacks are not qualified for the jobs that Yahoo is creating. Yahoo is looking for a certain type of people, and it's not their fault that not enough blacks have the qualifications that they're looking for. And a lot of it doesn't necessarily mean they went to college and they majored. It could be that they just learned the right skills. They're hiring a lot of people that didn't go to college, but if black Americans don't have the skill set that Yahoo wants, why is it Yahoo's fault? It's obviously not. It's not Yahoo's fault. It's the individual's fault. It's the parents' fault. There's other people to blame, but you can't blame Yahoo, and you can't expect Yahoo to do something about it. But of course, there's going to be political pressure, and they're going to come out and say, yes, we have a long way to go here in diversification. We need to move in this direction. If you own a company, diversification is not one of your goals. You want to make a profit. You want to satisfy the desires of your customers. You do want to provide, you do have to your concerns for your workers, but providing diversity is not why a business is created. A business is not there to have a diverse workforce. That's not one of the reasons that, you're not an entrepreneur. You're not thinking, I got to make a profit. I got to be efficient, but I also have to be diverse. No. If the most effective way for your business, if the way your business is the most profitable is to have no diversity whatsoever, then that's what you do. Diversity is not a goal for the sake of diversity. Now, if for some reason having a more diverse employee base would lead to a greater profitability, then sure, then have diversity. But if that were the case, nobody would have to mandate it, right? Companies would do it anyway. So if there really is a reason, a viable reason for wanting diversity, in that somehow it makes your company more profitable, then by all means, diversify. But if diversification takes away from your profitability, then you don't want to do it. And that's what companies like Yahoo have to stand up and say, look, it's not our fault. This is not a problem for us. If people in the black community or the Hispanic community think it's a problem, well, then educate your kids. Make sure your kids acquire the types of skills to get jobs at Yahoo, because Yahoo would be happy to hire more black kids if they were the best qualified for the job. In fact, if blacks were the best qualified positions and they were more qualified than every Asian and every white person that applied for the job, then Yahoo would be all black. Would anybody be saying, oh, you need more diversity, you have too many black guys? No, they say, oh, well, the black guys were the best guys. I mean, do people complain of a lack of diversity on an NBA team? I mean, when you see a team come out and they start 5 black players and the other team starts 5 black players, does anyone say there's a problem with this basketball game? There's not enough diversity here? All I see is black players? No. It's, hey, all I see is great athletes. I'm going to see some great basketball. Should we really dumb down basketball? Should we put more white guys on there, more Asian guys on there? Should we throw some women into the NBA just so the NBA will be more diverse? You know, and should we have short people? Why doesn't someone say, you know, there's no diversity? Where are all the short people? Where are all the little people? You know, why don't we throw some little people in there? Why don't we cut the basketballs in half to make it fair for all the short guys that can't shoot a basket because they're only 3 feet tall? You know, why don't we just make all sports diverse? We don't care about diversity in sports. We care about excellence. Well, we shouldn't care about diversity in other businesses. You know, Yahoo has just as much right to have the best employees as any NBA team has the right to have the best basketball team. And having the best basketball team means all you got is white guys. I mean, all you got is black guys. If that's what it means to have the best team, then that's what you have. And if the white guys can't cut it, if they can't jump as high, if they can't run as fast, if they can't shoot as well, then they're not on the team. And if the black people that are applying for jobs at Yahoo, if they're not competent, if they can't do the job as well as the Asians, then they hire the Asians. That's it. And I'd like to see them stand up for this.